Entrepreneur, mother, author, and founder of Drybar, Alli Webb is out with a new memoir, The Messy Truth: How I Sold My Business for Millions, but Almost Lost Myself. Alli, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a lot to unpack in the story of your life. I mean, what was it like to finally, write it down, finally let people know what was actually going on?
I mean, it's very liberating, to tell the story of, the kind of the good, the bad, the ugly of being an entrepreneur and just, all that comes along with growing and scaling and ultimately selling, a successful, loved business and, just kind of my life falling apart in the background. And it's very cathartic writing this book.
Well, the business took off right away. It was a success right from the start, and it just exponentially grew. But it had an effect on your marriage, your son. Would you talk a little bit about those situations? Let readers know a little bit of insight as we get ready to read the book.
Yeah, I mean, just like anybody, it's like there was so much excitement and happening with Drybar, and we felt like we were on this rocket ship, and to your point, the company was exploding, and it was just so exhilarating and amazing. But I was also just dealing with some personal stuff, like we all are, all the time when there's, I think life is such a mixed bag of great things that are happening and really hard things that are happening. And, I felt really compelled to shed light on that, like, that, an ebb and flow of our lives that, and talk about my story and all the lessons that I learned, because there's so many lessons that I learned along the way growing this business. But then there was also some really hard life stuff, that I was navigating and dealing with. And, the book is like, a memoir meets a business book, and, just kind of the overlap of our lives. And I just wanted to be as transparent and teach people as much as I could, and hopefully inspire some people, to have some honest conversations and to take away some of the things that I learned and the tools that really helped me along the way.
And speaking of those tools, sometimes something happens to us, whether it's in marriage, with our kids, with our business, and we let that define us. And we
Yeah.
carry that throughout our whole entire lives. Maybe a message to someone, to pick up this book because you don't want something that might be a setback to hold you back the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I love that sentiment. And that's so much of, what's in the book is like, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. You're going to fall on your face. There's so many of my mistakes that I learned from in this book, both personally and professionally. And yeah, it's like, you can't let that stuff hold you back. It's like all part of the journey and learning and growing. And it's good. I know it's cliche, but we really do learn from our mistakes and we do grow from them. And even though I went through some excruciatingly hard times in my life over the last few years, they also really taught me so much. And there's so much growth if you allow it, and you really sink your teeth into what's happening.
So many people, either with their own business or a side hustle, dream of a model like yours, where you're like, I just want to own, one salon, and this is, my ultimate goal. And then just to see it explode after that, especially around the holidays, there's a lot of businesses and a lot of people. What message do you have for some of those other entrepreneurs that look to you for guidance?
Yeah, kind of just the message of keep going, and you don't have to have all the answers, and you can, start a business without knowing everything. I mean, I knew so much less than I did know when I started this company. Like, so much more. I mean, what I learned along the way was amazing, and there's so much more I didn't know when I was starting it. So if you're in the throes of considering starting a business, or you have a business and you feel like you don't have all the answers, that's okay. Just keep going.
How do you take care of yourself, and what do you wish you would have taken care of yourself maybe from the start of the business? Because you're a business owner, a spouse, a parent, you're a business owner, you're a boss. But how do you take care of, in those moments, how does somebody take care of themselves?
Well, I think for so many years I didn't, and I didn't take enough time for myself. And now I have so many great practices of, journaling and meditating and, walking and working out and getting massages and getting blowouts and doing all the things that, whatever it is for you that makes you feel, we know those things that we love to do that really like fill us back up. And I think I wasn't doing that enough through a large part of my career, which now I'm pretty adamant about doing so that I can be my best self and show up as the best version of me.
And especially as the holidays are coming up, it's a busy time, and it's okay to say no. It's okay to take time for yourself and not have to say yes to everything.
Yes. I mean, that is a lesson that I'm still learning is, to say no to certain things because I just want to do it all. But, you do have to take care of yourself.
And of course, let's finish things up with a hair question, because a lot of appointments taking place this week and next week leading into the holidays. And that hairstyle you're going to have is going to be in all your holiday photos leading from Thanksgiving, all the way through the new year. Talk a little bit about maybe some tips for someone who's getting ready to make that big decision as far as how their hair is going to look for this holiday season.
Well, it's like kind of the advice I give people when they're getting married. It's like you still want to look like yourself, but just kind of the best version of yourself, So stay with what you know, and work that hairstyle that looks good in previous pictures. I think sometimes we want to do something different, which I'm all for, but making sure that to your point, you're going to be looking at these pictures for a long time. You want to make sure you feel like your best.
Yeah, try the new hairstyle in maybe January or February, but not for the holiday season.
Yeah, go with what you know on this one.
All right, you got to trust Alli on this one. Alli, thank you so much for your time today. The brand new book, The Messy Truth, How I Sold My Business for Millions, but Almost Lost Myself, in stores now. And happy holidays to you.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.